Alright, students, continuing with just a little bit more information about links. We didn't really look at the HTML to see what happens when we created a link using the property bar. Let's go back to design view. If you're in live view, make sure you're in design view. And if you look here where that contact me is, let's look in the code. Now this was down here in the footer. So look for your HTML, not the CSS, but the HTML near the bottom, and look at this footer. Just to remind you, this div ID footer, this means the box or the container that we identified as the footer, and it's styled according to the footer. Inside this box it says all images copyrighted. We can see that here, all images copyrighted 2018, period. Then notice this, it says A, let me open this up so it doesn't break up for you. It says A space href. This is a hyperlink reference. And the A means it's an attribute, it's a link, it's an active attribute. So we've got an HTML open angle A space hyper reference equals, and much like CSS where you have a colon and then a semicolon to close, this is kind of the same thing, but it's in HTML. We actually say equals, and then every kind of value, this is the property, and the value is always in quotation marks, whether it was size or height or width or color if you're using HTML. But it says mail to, you can see that we typed in. And it's wrapped around the word contact and its close attribute, close A. You can see that here in the nav too, even though we just simply put in this. Notice we just put in a hyperlink to a hashtag, which means just stay on the same page. Eventually when we put a page in here, if it said website number 2 or website number 3 or whatever, we would actually put that URL, that address right there. And that's what is behind the scenes as far as the HTML. All right, the next thing we want to start in the forthcoming video is make sure you have your working folder inside of your root folder. But those working files, you should have a photograph of yourself, and you should have a Word document or some kind of text. I'm going to show you how to spill that into this content area.